welcome everybody to Free Wheel Station. Still working on that one. We come in and we get sort of the exterior shot of the station, sort of like this big round monstrosity in the middle of the middle of space. Uh, just big monstrosity in the middle of space, and it's got, it looks like it's seen better days. Kind of, there's some sections that obviously need to be rebuilt in. The camera passes over the, bottom of the hull, and we see, the three planets in the background and the star on the other side, and a wrench that's welded into the frame on the underside of the station, and come up on the other side with the Free Wheel Station logo. And we come in as we get a immediate jump cut to uh, Philip. You were the one that was digging into the computer, right?
Yes.
You were digging into the box.
And I were using each other to hack these computers properly, reset them to standard where they needed to be, and get everything working on the same basic system so it can all communicate to each other once we have enough power to supply other spots.
So go ahead and give me a computers roll here.
Okay. Um, and Ha needs to roll first because that's the help roll,
Okay.
right? That's how that works.
Right. Right.
Ha, do well.
All right. So that should be good enough to give you help
Oh,
here.
nice. All right. I wasn't far enough down on the thing. Now I need to roll. Let's see if Ha rolls better than I do. Nope. Sweet. So that's a 24.
Awesome. So as you're digging through like a lot of the files, there's quite a bit of it that's garbage. Like there's obviously like not everybody who has gained access to these computers were particularly mature individuals.
Right.
There's a
So,
lot of garbage files where people just did digital artwork of like genitalia or
right.
vulgar messages, or you know or uploaded some hollow picture of some famous celebrity and defaced it or whatever it was.
So
um
Ha is running an algorithm for keywords so that we don't have to look at a lot of that. So he's looking for words like um, cashier, treasure, um, those sorts of words to see if we can come up with anything where they might have left something behind or hidden something, those sorts of things.
well,
Uh, but as far as all the paraphernalia, as far as all of the porn and or dick and fart jokes, those just get deleted after they're like analyzed by Ha.
there is one thing, uh and Ha was about to throw it out in the algorithm, but you catch it real quick,
Oh,
that
nice.
it almost, like, keyword wise, there were things in it that triggered the algorithm, but it's a much more sophisticated file. It's very well edited, and it's not in like the general files that, like, the surface level computer that most of the jackasses were able to get a hold of. You
Right.
find this kind of back in the office, like in the office's like sealed files and whatnot, like
Oh,
in the command files or whatever. So because the leader of the pirates that held this station before, he wasn't as dumb as the rest of his men by any means. And he kind of, but you come across this file, and it is, on the surface, like there is a logo, and it's like a wreath, but this wreath is all like designed like it's made from amber. So,
okay.
like, and when you uns and there is like a very stylized, like very, very high stylized, like, logo that reads out amber wreath. the amber wreath, and the video it contains a video file.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and when you open it, it's these scenes of like these just exotic vistas, these wonderful, beautiful planets with these pristine looking oceans of different colors and these, really uh, beautiful trees and exotic looking little animals that seem to, and whatnot. And there's like pictures of like, and there's a camera that flies over like various islands and stuff. But the voiceover in the background is it's a woman's voice, and it's somewhere between like comforting and sensual, like a very like polished ad sale thing. And the woman says, dive unfettered into the pits of passion, know the pleasure you desire. Isn't it time you said, I deserve this? The amber wreath knows exactly what you need. And there's and it's just like, and there's no further information. It's just like seems to be this promo material for whoever this amber wreath is, and it's very well designed. Like the graphics and the logo look like something, you know, that somebody with some skill actually took some time to work on. This doesn't look like it was designed by pirates by any means.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I right click and copy and send it to Rad and Kib.
All right.
Uh, Sending it through my own version of antivirus. And I don't want to infect anybody if I don't have to.
Right. Right.
So my antivirus would probably run at my take 20, which would only be 25. So
All right. Um, Kurad, Kib, I think you guys both receive this wherever you're at on the ship.
it
Um,
has
Kur-
the title found this in the computers. Flipping weird.
Kurad, where are you at when you receive the file?
Probably in the med bay.
All right. You received this file and you are taking stock of how little supplies you actually have compared to what you want to get this operation going. And you get this file from Philip.
I think after like the first 30 seconds, like delete.
Okay. Um,
What is this? Whatever.
yeah. So as you're kind of like as you're kind of going through all of the stuff in the med bay, uh, is there anything particular that we see like you doing? Like, is there like, do you have things stacked up on different shelves? Are you digging into like whatever medical records there are in the med bay? Or what specifically are you? What does
I'm
this
going
look like?
through the old medical records.
Oh,
At
okay.
least the ones I can find.
All right. So you're kind of getting a baseline. You're finding that for the most part, this place really hasn't had what you would call a house physician necessarily. They've relied on a few people with some very basic medical training, and a lot of people have just kind of come in and got whatever they wanted. When like it has been there's mention of at one time they had a pharmaceuticals expert here that, that acted as a doctor, but mostly what he did was just assign people drugs. Um, but he didn't stick around for a very, very long time. Prior to the pirates that were here before you guys, it doesn't seem like there's really been much of record of anything Like, you can tell that stuff has happened during that period of time, because obviously there's been people in and out for longer than the pirates have been here. The last pirates living here were here, but there's, but you're finding that a lot of what got treated here was common cold type stuff, or various STDs. You know, there were a few cross species infection type things. Differing biologies and whatnot. Some indigestion, drug overdoses, that sort of thing. Um, there were more than a few, stab wounds, a couple of gunshots here and there, for whether from various different, various different firearms. So no one's really used this place as a as a professional level, like as it can be, in quite some time.
Yeah, just going through is like delete as I swipe to delete. It's like, oh, uh, we'll keep that. And it's probably like one of the cross species infections. That might come in interesting later.
Right?
Oh wait, I actually know who you are. You had sex with.
Well, it's more like one of those
Oh, I
things
don't
where,
know.
like, like differing bacteria and whatnot, like maybe somebody caught a Kasathan version of the cold and they were a human, so they had a shit reaction to it. Like, a
Okay.
really, the traditional medicines weren't working. Maybe
Mm,
they had to heal on their own because they couldn't figure out what to do about it.
mm.
Yeah. So
You know?
anything like that, like cross species stuff or any type of weird disease, it's like, I've never seen that before. We'll keep that.
Yeah.
Don't care
Yeah,
about
we're gonna
that.
go ahead and put you in the brig because it has better defenses against this. You're in quarantine. That's why you were in the brig. You were in quarantine. What did you do? Nothing.
Nice.
Nothing. And if she says anything, I deny it.
Okay.
Right on, right on. Yeah, you definitely get a certain amount of information. There are a few things that you can diagnose just by the symptoms. They couldn't figure out because they weren't, quite as well trained medical professionals, and some of them weren't even that much. Uh, you know, weren't even close to that. So you're like, those idiots, if they'd have gone, if that's a first year med student problem, they couldn't figure out, this poor shithead suffered through 2 weeks before it, went away on its own. On its own. Kib, where do we find you when you receive the file?
So I went back to where I thought my old room was and trying to find all my stuff.
Okay, yeah. So you're in your room and you get this video that Philip sent you.
Trying to rack my brain halfway and be like, all right, who's the bright one that would have put that on there? Who likes to play tricks? Just doing the recap of previous people I've worked with when I was with them.
Do you have the culture skill?
I don't have any breaks in it.
All right.
wow.
Then you don't have culture. So, yeah, it was probably the kind of shit that would have flown over your head, like, man, I'm trying to do a job. Well, fuck whatever noise you're going off on. But yeah, uh, it looks like news to you. So,
Okay, I'd just like reply by like, you planning a vacation or something? We just got here. Confused. Do like a reply back, be like, "Hey, you plan on taking a vacation or something?"
Yeah, Philip, you get a response from Kib.
No, I found this in the computers. Uh, I have no clue why whoever this pirate was would have had that there, and but it was strange enough. I thought I'd share. Medicine.
Awesome.
Alright.
Well, I think your shuttle finally arrives.
Oh, it's only a week late.
I know it's not a week late. Your shuttle has your shuttle has arrived. You and more than just your shuttle has arrived. Like your shuttle arrives and you get a and you start you pick up a ship like on the incoming, like maybe you get a notification from one of the Grimbuckle Syndicate's people that are on the comms, or maybe even one of your own organization running a spot. But you get them like a I guess the message probably goes to the office specifically because they're like, well, whoever's running the show right now would be in the office. But there is a that there's a thing like there's a ship come up on radar, like, which for you you'd know is very fucking close because your sensors are you've
Oh,
had a chance to look at them.
yeah, one of the dudes is like tap tap tap. Yes. And they're like, there's a ship coming. Oh, on screen.
Well, you see on ship you see a light freighter, and there's a and it's painted blue. It is not only is it painted blue, but it is stylized in various ways to have a very like uh, I think it like almost like it very definitely has like a an element to it that seems very streamlined, but at the same time very kind of like predatory. It's like to a predatory element to its design, and on the side of it, there are like in big, bold black letters because the rest of it's painted blue, is the lightning dragon,
Ooh.
and you like you get a hail, like a hail comes in, like it's like
Ooh.
there's a hail on
Oh, well, put up the shutter.
or
No,
call,
open the helms. Open helms.
and the like it comes up, and you see in front of you a like in the like you see the bridge of the ship, and you see in front of you a blue kobold sitting there, and it's like, my name is Captain Crux, and I was told that there was stuff to do here, and things maybe to make money and fight and stuff.
Miss Cracks.
I am Captain Crux, and he says this. He puffs his chest out real big, and like he's wearing what looks like a military uniform, but there's all kinds of medals and shit on it, but they all look like bullshit medals. They look like they're maybe costume jewelry or stuff that was just made out of scrap and whatnot.
Hmm. Okay, and this is not our ship.
No, this is not yours. Your ship is docking like your ship is already docking on one of your docking ports, like your shuttle.
Can we get a scan of his ship? Ah, hey, peoples, you may want to come up to the command deck.
What now?
Okay, I'm away. I'm gonna run up.
They trip.
You guys, it takes you, and Captain Crex is like, we're requesting permission to dock.
Hello, Doc. One moment. I do the whole thing where I pretend to talk.
You pretend it. So you're basically like moving your lips but not saying anything.
Yeah.
You're trying to make
So-
him believe that his comms are in fault.
No. I'm just wasting time, apparently. Because, yeah, that doesn't get me anything.
Ah,
One moment. We are having issues with some of our systems. And I hit mute. Are you finally here? So, Rad, there's a kobold with attitude. Wait, hang on. Let's try that again.
What's up? What do you need?
Kobold who wants
Kobold.
to help.
A
What kind of ship
kobold.
does he have?
You were here for a year. Kib, do you know this kobold? He says his name is Crack. Or Cracks.
Crix.
Cracks.
Crix.
Cracks. Krex.
Cracks.
Cracks. Okay. Captain Cracks. Do you know him? You said you have
Off the
zero
top of my head.
intelligence, so we'll have to make you learn. You're one of those people that doesn't know a lot of languages. I don't know if I want to hang out with you now.
All right. Fine.
So, do you know this person? Not off the top of your head. Okay. What do you think, Rad?
Well, what does he want?
He wants to help. He also wants to dock, and he's been on hold for about a minute and a half. Also, in all the dealings I've ever had with the family and kobolds, this is the first one to ever act this way. He's very atypical for his species.
Oh. I think
Here, let
that'd
me
make
show
a
you.
good test subject.
Push the button.
Push the
Let's just
button.
let him in.
Cracks?
He's like, he looks at you. He's like, he looks at he's like, first of all, not tolerable. Keep me waiting like this. Second of all, second of all, Worthy said said you'd be hosting some kind of thing. Is that not
You're here for the
Do I need to
party.
start shooting at him or you or somebody?
Oh, you're for the party. Yeah, come on in. That's cool. Why didn't you just say that in the first place, dude? Come on. Have some fun.
Well, you push the button since you're the one inviting him in.
Yeah, totally. Like, oh, you're for the party. Let's go.
Yeah.
Then I
Party's
guess
happening.
you can go meet him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. I always wanted to meet new people. Maybe we're gonna start meeting more people.
Awesome.
I
Right
go
on.
down there. I don't even wait. I just go down to where he's docking.
Yeah. Don't wait.
Yeah. So like maybe the camera follows Kib as he's going to the dock, and there's a few minutes while the adjustment lock on and the environmental controls and everything, the delousing or whatever, and the doors open and a group of kobolds comes out into out into the hallway, and the last two kind of bump into each other, and one of them looks at the other one, and he's like, and he makes like a rah sound at him, and the other one's like rah. He goes, "What, are you trying to bring out the dragon?" He's like, "No, you trying to bring out the dragon? I'm trying to bring out the dragon. You're trying to bring out the dragon." And they start fighting and rolling around, and Captain Crex pays them no mind whatsoever, and he's like, "I'm here for the free booze and whatever else. Where do we go?"
You're gonna be entertaining. This is gonna be fun. Oh my gosh. So, food. We can do food. I think. Let's go to the kitchen food area. Whatever it's called. Let's go.
All
We
right.
first.
Here's actually proof that our ship was late. Because if it's already time for the party, we said like 3 days after we met. What's his name?
That doesn't mean these guys aren't early.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
These guys are either exceptionally early, or it's been 3 days.
No, they're they're a little bit of early arrivals.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part, Krex, like him and his people, it takes
Meanwhile,
they pretty much leave the two that are fighting like in the hallway, and like that none of them even give any, so unless you actually ask about it, none of them say anything about the two fighting in the hallway. They just act like whatever. I mean, if you ask about it, Krex will have a response, but
I was gonna say halfway through walking to the cafeteria area, I'd be like, so how long do those fights usually last? And do you record them for entertainment purposes? Or is that just the way your people are? Or the way
he's like,
I don't know. I don't know how to talk.
he's like, nah, they'll figure it out. They've been bumping heads for days. Yeah, when they start talking about when a kobold starts talking about breaking out the dragon, at least on my crew, it means honest fight between two. Whoever comes out on top proves their dominance. He just kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's like, I mean, he's a like kind of a thing, like this is sort of a thing that like he's maybe had to explain once or twice before, and it's not an explanation that necessarily excites him. It's just kind of, to him, it's a matter of fact thing. Like, you know, you get the impression that once they start challenging each other, and the gist is they start challenging each other like that, then everybody else just lets them fight it out.
So being locked in a ship for a long time, you guys got to come up with entertainment for yourself. Got it. I understand. Makes perfect sense to me.
He's like, and I think he's probably asked you. He's like, Worthy said money could be made with the people here. That true? You guys got money? You guys got jobs? Things done? Need people to kill? We can kill people. We're good at it. Oh wait, we could take ships too. We could blow ships up. Oh, we could blow so many ships up. We like blowing ships up. And then the one behind him goes, "We've blown up 2." And he goes, "Don't tell him that, damn it. More like 20. He can't count." Just-
20, 22, 2. Hey, it's a blown up ship. Do you realize how hard it is to blow up a ship? Especially on this thing. Anyway, we're working on fixing that. But yeah, we can blow things up. We can have you blow things up. I don't know any particular person at the moment that we want you to execute, but we'll keep that in mind. That sounds like fun.
yeah, I think he'll keep you company, and like talk to you and drink with you or whatever you like, if you choose, for as long as you choose to like entertain him. But eventually, like, they'll ask if you have, like, Krex will ask if you have rooms for him and his crew. Like, they could stay on their ship, but they're assuming that they're assuming that they're going to want to be closer to the festivities. They obviously keep somebody on board, a couple of them on board that didn't come off at all. I'm sorry, pardon me.
we
That
should be able to finally scan that ship now that it's in dock.
its computer systems still require you to like make a check. So
at least one. But I'm not there. Keep going, sir. I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's kind of like you're getting the like basically Krex is just kind of like, do you find rooms for him and his crew, or do you basically be like, oh, you're gonna have to stay on your ship until the party starts? How do you handle that?
This thing's big enough. There's got to be rooms for you all to stay while we do the figuring out what comes next type thing, right? I mean, I got to consult with the council and things, but yeah, there's probably rooms for y'all to just hang out in. There got to be somewhere.
He'd, yeah, he'd
Somewhere.
probably,
I don't know.
he'd
Maybe.
probably, yeah, he's probably like, all right, well, I guess me and the boys will hang out here until you have a talk to the council or whatever. Mm. He, did you actually give him your name at some point?
No, it didn't
Yeah,
even pop into my things of what I should say.
yeah, he probably before you walk off, he probably stops you. He's like, "Hey, what do we call you? You know, in case we get lost." And he and like a couple of the kobolds behind him chuckle, and he turns around and he hisses at him, and they shut up. He's like,
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, you can call me Kid. Yeah. So yeah, talk to some random person. They'll eventually find me. I'll be bouncing around. I'm gonna go back and talk to them and see what we can do for the next phase of existence. I think y'all are kind of early. I don't know. Maybe you're on time. I don't know. Time's kind of weird. But all right, y'all have fun. I'll be back, and I'm gonna head to the bridge.
you know, all right, yeah.
And you see, Rad, that's why we watched it all on video.
Yeah.
So I get back, and I'm like, all right, so they want to know where they're sleeping, and I'm saying there's probably stuff there and whatever, and I don't know. I think my
Oh
brain
no, we
just
weren't
stopped.
allowed enough time to actually clean the station, so it may be slightly better than where they hang out, but yeah, they can have, a spot to sleep. I
Yeah,
don't know if there are any mats for the beds or anything in that room, but
they're kobolds. What kind of beds do they need?
gem filled.
Sure. They'll figure it out. They're smart. They're talking about wanting jobs to get paid for. So I was like, I'm going to
Well,
refer to the council. And you guys are the council. So
Hmm.
we're the council. I don't know. It sounded good in my head.
It sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Wisdom Kingdom can have a council.
Did you guys so are any of you guys gonna go down to get to check out your new shuttle?
Oh, did I finally get here too?
Yeah, that's here. The the pilot basically waits long enough for uh, a secondary shuttle to pick him up to take him back where he's going.
Fire, fire. Okay.
Like he's off to his next job.
Good for him. If he'd waited longer, he might have gotten a tip. Probably not, though. So, Brad, let's go check out the ship.
Okay.
We make it there.
All right. Yeah, and you know, you put. Let's see. Let's take a look at the shuttle here. You guys put some things on it too.
Yeah, it's a nicer place than this. It has shields. I think. Maybe it doesn't.
No, it has no shields.
No shields. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so it's just as much a tin can as this.
It does have a light torpedo launcher on the forward mount.
Hmm.
And it's got a science lab and a tech work. It's got a science lab and a tech workshop ready that you guys can use on there at a cargo bay.
Oh, that's
Like
good.
there's a program set for your biometric locks.
We can finally go collect our 10% from the salvage out there.
There's not much left. You get 500 UPBs.
Okay. Brian, since you have the ship, write that in the ship.
Okay.
We have more money than we started with. Yay! Fuck you, Grandpa. Blah.
Orville Gibbon Frost took, and his operation took most of the salvage that there was.
Hey, they cleaned up a little
They were
bit.
effective.
They left us a little bit. I'm okay with that. Well, yeah, they've had, at least weeks of practice, not years.
Yeah.
And he's a Gibbon Frock. I mean, they get around. Though I would love some more backstory into that. Maybe Bettina Quinlan knows of such thing. But, so yeah, we spend part of the day hauling in what we can salvage that's left and giving the ship its all once over. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. We, fly it around, we pick up stuff, we close and open the doors to make sure they work.
Yep.
We use the sensors to find the good bits. Apparently 500 of them. And, yeah.
Yeah. And you've got, is there anything anything else you guys are needing to do over the course of the next couple of days specifically? Are you going to take the time to go meet Krex in person?
Oh, you're pushing it awful hard.
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know if you are or not.
Probably going to happen. I was going to say, so who all got the letter? It's like, hey, we're throwing a party. Come on, come on. Yeah, we
Well,
didn't do that. In fact, if we had done that, Krex wouldn't have been on that list. I can tell you already. But riffraff. But possibly bodies. Brad, shall we go meet this Captain Krex in person? I mean, he did show up 3 days early for a party, and he's eating our food. So
At least they'll give me a chance to scan them to see if they're carrying anything.
that's probably a great idea. And we can see if they add up to enough bulk that if we put them all in the recycler, if it's worth it.
Hmm. Oh, with this shuttle, who's our pilot?
Say, I only have a +5 total for piloting. I have 1 rank. And Kib is not here because he is AFK at the moment, so I don't know how many Kib has, but I would probably say 0. So how many do you have?
0.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad I'm the pilot.
You're the pilot.
Yay!
yeah, Kib has nothing in piloting either.
Okay. So
At least we have someone that can pilot.
piloting.
If not, that was not going to be a fun trip.
Well, yeah, piloting in this system is like the healing skill in 3.5. Everyone should have 1 rank just in case all the healers die. So luckily, I can fly. I can fly! Ha! Come here. Integrate with this ship. Good, good. Actually, I don't think I gave Ha piloting. But that would be funny.
I can't pilot what my drone can.
No, I have not given piloting, but I think that's what I'm going to do the next time he gets a rank. Be like, there, I made it to where worse comes to worse, and I'm dead. Nope, because Ha is not officially AI till 20th. Anyway, there's an option. All right, so long as I'm still alive and on the ship, Ha can fly the ship, even if I'm unconscious.
Okay.
But not right now. Sorry. I was
Maybe we
unaware
should
that I was the
hire
only
a
one to fly.
pilot one day.
Well, apparently we have a Captain Krex, and he can fly, or at least someone there can fly. We don't have the kind of capital to be like, hey, I hear you're the pilot. I'll pay you double.
True.
Hmm.
But they're just kobolds. It shouldn't be too hard to wean out.
I mean, they are dragonkin, so they aren't to be taken lightly, no matter how annoying they may come off.
We'll see about that.
So, if I actually know about your gland, I'd be like, they may like you a whole lot if you have to like blow fire on them.
Well, mine actually comes out as acid.
Oh, okay. But either way, that's still dragon power. They'll be like, he's super cool. But save it for later, I know. Yes. Let's do it the other way though. We go to the command station and go in the office. Why don't you have a seat this time?
Really?
Really. Captain Krex to the command station. Captain Krex to the command station. Drinks being served for Captain Krex in the command station. And I have drinks setting out when they get there.
Yeah.
But it's black grog this time, because that's what I have.
He comes when he shows up, he's got two of his people with him, and he's like and he walks in, he's got like he is wearing like he is wearing a pistol on his hip and whatnot. And he kind of walks in very proudly and stands like far enough away from the desk that you can see him over the desk at a stand and whatnot, but still stands like he's got like holding his ground and whatnot. He's like, he goes, "So, you guys the council? You guys are you two the ones that are running this place?"
Well, we're letting the Isekai help. But, apologies. Commander, go ahead. I look at Wrath.
You'll pay for this later.
I'm just the councilwoman. You're the council man.
So, you gonna introduce your names? We're gonna just sit here calling you, "Hey, you."
Ha mishears him and floats in. And I'm like, no, Ha, not you. He said, hey. Go on back to what you were doing. Sorry about that. I am Philip. And this is Commander. I'm not going to butcher your name this time. You have to take over.
Curod.
Write it down phonetically. Maybe that'll remind me.
Yeah, write it phonetically, then it'll come out right.
Okay. So,
He's like, Curod and Philip. He goes, great. He goes, so Worthy told me that I should meet you people because you might have work and might have business opportunity and things to do, and you may have people needed dealt with and stuff like that.
Yes, in due time. Since we just inherited this place about a week or so ago, there's a lot of work to do.
All right. Would anyone in the room like to do some sense motives here?
ooh.
Sure.
I will gladly attempt one, but probably fail. Oh, that's not bad.
Well, mine sucked.
That's good enough for the help roll, if that was possible on a sense motive check.
Yeah, but that's only from rolling a 4.
Well, I think I rolled way high on it.
Well, Philip, from what
Yeah,
you can tell, you can tell, this guy, this Captain Krex, is pretty much exactly what he appears to be in a lot of ways. He's he's he seems you believe that he's fairly honest, that he's here pretty much because he wants to meet people that could pay him to do things, and he seems to be very uh he, like he's indifferent to you and yours specific, for the most part, but the opportunity exists to but he is here because there is an opportunity to make money. Like if it was he'd be here if it was relatively anybody he thought he could get a job from. um and he also seems to have a great deal of pride. Like he takes the kobold pride in their sort of dragon heritage. Like kobolds in Starfinder are like very much into that. They're like they almost delusionally see themselves as being far more than what they are. And this guy's pretty much a lot like that. You know, you can tell that he's not. You can tell that he's probably, had to have been some kind of something to survive out here as long as he has, given the reputation of the place. But I mean, he doesn't seem to have any particular nefarious purpose. At this point, it doesn't look like anybody's paying him to do anything to you, and he has no agenda in that direction. So, you guys can, and just to remind you guys about the diplomacy rules and changing attitudes, his starting attitude is indifferent. If you wish to change the attitude of somebody that you are dealing with, then you can make a diplomacy roll to do so. It does come with the risk, though, however, because if you make the DC, you can adjust the attitude up by 1 degree. But if you fail by 5 or more, you can actually hurt your relationship with the people you're talking to.
And that's why you're in the chair, because yours is
downgraded. You can simply attempt to leave their. You don't have to try to change their attitude towards you. You can keep it where it's at, if you wish. If you don't want to put don't feel like taking the risk at this point, or if you don't see a particular need to do so at that right now. Indifferent people won't necessarily go out of their way to harm you. They don't really care much about you. So they don't have like an agenda specifically. So worsening his attitude would make him unfriendly. Improving his attitude would make him friendly.
And if we beat the DC by 5 or more, we can actually do it twice.
Yeah. You'll want to gauge who you want to try to actually maneuver your opinion with, because some people thought DC is going to be higher than others. You are muted.
No, I'm just.
No, Chris is muted.
Oh, Chris, yeah.
He was talking and he was muted.
And then he cut out.
Yeah. So.
Might not be a.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
There you are.
I said an indifferent tiny dragon with Chihuahua attitude is left best at indifferent. At least for now.
True, but
we are going to have to feed this guy for 3 days.
Yeah, you know what? He could go out for a couple days and collect his bodies.
Oh no, we really need telepathy for this. See if he's down for that. So, how would you feel if we paid you to go find us some corpses?
How much for corpse? How much for each corpse?
Okay. So.
Okay, out of character, how much do we have as a slush fund?
Technically, I think I have about 200 credits, and we have 500 UPBs.
Okay, I have 77 credits.
Has Scott made it back yet? No. Okay. So, so we got 500 UPBs. And that's not bad, honestly, considering, yesterday or today is when we got that money. What do you normally charge for corpses?
I don't know. People don't normally just buy corpses in and of themselves. There's some. Usually they're buying what. Usually they just want to buy the augments off a dead body, or just have somebody killed.
That's true. I don't necessarily need anyone killed. It would actually be better if you were like, how much would you charge to? No, we're not in that kind of world. Da, 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 da. See, look, I just pulled a jester. Um, hmm. So the 3 planets that are in this system, um, do you go to any of them for like hunting for sport? Or like is there one that currently has a war going on or something like that? I
He,
mean, we're fairly new here.
his
Ah,
his his buddies laugh when you say that. He goes, and he kind of sounds, goes, "You are new. There are no wars necessarily. There's no city or nation big enough on any of those planets for a war. Best you're gonna get is a good fight between a couple dozen people." He goes, and that don't happen often. Everybody out here is trying not to be seen by anybody.
see. So if I sent you for corpses, where would you go find them at? Would you make them yourself? Um,
Be a lot easier,
so
supply
that was
ships.
why.
Take out supply ships, kill a few people. You make a little extra money on the side selling the supplies.
Mm-hmm. But if there was like a planet that had a large populace of some sort of herbivore, something medium sized, I'd pay. Hmm,
He goes,
apparently, we would pay 15 UPBs apiece, up to 500 UPBs.
he goes, he goes, nah. He goes, that's a lot of space in our cargo hold. He goes, 15 UPBs per dead body? That's not even worth the time. He goes,
Okay,
he,
so what were you thinking? Because once again, I'm new. I don't know how it goes around here.
he goes,
And when did I take over, Brad? I'm sorry.
I think he goes, well, let me talk to the boys and we'll see how much, and we'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
And he's like, but I'm staying for the party.
Well, yeah, and your rooms are going to be down here on this deck, 3 to the left.
Yeah,
By the way, we've only been here for a couple days. It may not be up to the 4-star quality of hotels you stay at when you're in the core.
and he's like, he's like, the core. He goes, why would we go to the core? Too many police there. Stewards, local police, other galactic forces, Abadar Corp securities.
Mm, I
He,
understand all that, but just so you know, here in a few months we're going to get aborts.
he goes, and he kind of nods. He kind of nods approvingly. And he's like, there's an establishment. And he goes, and so you can add Captain Krex and the crew of the captain of the Lightning Dragon as a contact, and label him as indifferent but willing to negotiate, but willing to do business.
I'm getting there. Oh, That's not right. It's OLD. And then you said Lightning Dragon.
Mm-hmm. That's the name of their ship.
And indifferent is what you want?
Yep, that's what his attitude towards you is at this point.
Oh, look. It was like, did you want me to spell the rest of this word? I will. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Do you guys have other pressing business while you wait for the rest of your?
actually, there's something else since we're
Yeah,
doing indifferent
sure.
and things. What was Arbel Givenfrock's opinion of this at the end, so we can write that down too?
It is also indifferent.
Okay. And for whatever reason, I didn't actually write down the human guy's name in the same spot.
Captain Percival Worthy of the Lucky Drifter.
It's like you wrote it down somewhere. And also, we made a role for him. I don't know why. Oh well. I thought we did better with him than the other.
He
But either way.
actually he started off as friendly attitude.
Oh, we made him mad?
No, you didn't. For Captain Percival Worthy, no, he starts off at friendly.
All right,
Most of
well,
these people will start. Some of these people will start off with different attitudes toward you, um, like Captain Worthy starts off as friendly.
well, let me change that because I put him as indifferent.
No, he starts off as friendly. He's probably the easiest character to make friends with because he starts off that way.
Really? All right, Rad. We're throwing a party. We're gonna need supplies.
Yes.
So let's. Oh wait. We have Nimbus and Colovian or Colovin, so we'll be fine. Colovian, come to the command deck.
Yeah, and she'll make her way up.
Okay. So you get to be in charge because no one in their right mind would leave Nimbus in charge of this place. We are going to go try and get supplies for this party. Try not to kill any of the kobolds while we are gone. And remember, if anyone actually does manage to take over the station, to make it to my room and push the big red button. Okay.
All right.
Actually, let's move the big red button up here. It's not going to do anything for real because that's a system and I don't have it. But they don't need to know that. All right. And then, Rad, it's your turn to name the ship.
Really, you want me to name it?
I mean, I suppose we could just call it Lichdom 1 or something like that. If we wanted to be completely unoriginal. But I thought perhaps you already had one in mind. Ooh, we could call it the Lucky Wrench.
The Lucky Wrench.
But apparently Kib is not here, so that wasn't nearly as funny as it should have been.
Was I supposed to be at the meeting?
Yes,
Oh, okay. I'll be there.
you're part of the council. Remember?
Crap. Sorry. I'll be right there. Give me a minute.
Right. You created the council. And while I may pretend to be captain on occasion, now we have a commander that's over me, who's also the doctor. Ah, it's beautiful.
All right. Cool. So what are we doing? Sorry, I got distracted. There was
Right.
a shiny thing down there, and it was really
All right.
cool and it really elaborate. I still need to find my wrench. I'm sad. All right, what are we doing? I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Get on the ship.
Okay.
Huh. We're going for stuff. And if
Where
we
are you
stop
going
paying
to go?
attention, I don't know. There are 3 planets. Which is the closest to us?
All right. The closest to you is a
All
world.
right. What did I miss?
The closest to you is an arboreal world. It's generally lots of forests. Lots of it's very continental for the most part.
Where's the nearest established colony from here? I misspoke.
You have no idea.
Oh. Hey, Captain Cricks. Where's the nearest town where we can actually go buy party supplies?
He's like, you don't go places to buy shit here. He goes, he goes, weren't you listening? Everybody around here is either trying to steal from somebody or trying to hide from everybody.
So it's straight pirate all the way, is what you're saying.
He goes, and there's some refugees from the Gurian Empire. I've heard a few places. I couldn't tell you where they're at, or I would have raided them myself a long time ago.
That probably makes sense.
He goes,
Very well. Let me see. But we do know where Bettina Clemlin's at, right?
you don't know where her. She's actually in a completely different system. She's on the frontier, but she's in a different system.
Oh, very well. All right. So, and then the second closest planet from us, what's it like?
The second closest planet, Fred, to you guys is it is basically a I don't know. I'm trying to think here. The next closest planet looks like it's a fairly mountainous for the most part. I mean, there's still plenty of continental there, but it looks like the poles
Ooh,
may have shifted.
interesting. All right. Actually, and the third, just because there's only 3.
The third world is a gas giant.
Okay. Not down or prepared to try to do that. Oh, that is probably a good place to hide as well. How many moons around the third planet?
There's 2.
Okay. Are either of those large enough to be inhabited?
Most of these planets are large, and moons are large enough to be inhabited. You just don't know where.
Well, that's fine, but I was just judging by size and possible gravity, I guess. But, so, Korat. No,
Yes.
Korat.
By the way, you don't have survey sensors either, do you?
Not survey sensors, but we have regular sensors. It just means we got to take time.
Eh.
It'll take all day. But, so, the forest planet, which is the closest to us, is the one most likely for us to actually be able to go hunting for something to throw into the corpse recycler to get parts started.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
The mountain range gives us the most chance to get in close, use our crappy sensors, and possibly find a vein for us to get mined out. The gas giant, as I said, we are not prepared well enough to try to extract exotic gases for sales. And the radiation alone would probably kill us because, once again, we're not shielded from that.
Also, I
What do
was
you think?
thinking the fourth
go ahead.
planet we could get food more than likely to serve at this thing. I could
Mm.
probably cook something up.
I think I also could help with that. Maybe not.
I actually took profession
Uh,
chef.
Actually, I have a -1 in survival at the moment, so I don't know how to cook a damn thing. I burn water and ramen. In that order.
Well, my survival, I have 2 points in it.
Nice. But if
And
you
I
took
have
profession chef, that gives you a bonus that survival wouldn't. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and what do you think, Kib? Have you ever been to any of these? Do you know stuff that we don't? Because you were here for a year. Tell us everything.
Like, I don't ever leave the station. But okay,
Oh,
so
good.
I've been here for a year, but that doesn't mean I've actually left the space station in that
Okay, but
time. I've
that.
been working on maintaining it.
Yes, the giant tin
I
can.
did so well.
Well, it's getting better. And you're getting better. But right now, before we leave, before you get on the ship, I need you to put on this red shirt.
All right. It's not really my color, but all right.
Okay, but all right. After you put it on, I'm like, all right, that's good enough. Take it off. That's a reference that none of us get. Ha ha. And then I go, ha! Get in here. All right.
Okay. That was a little weird. Y'all are
But
weird people.
you've met Ha. Ha's my drone. I just chose a noise for him to make this week, and it'll be his noise from now on. But
Right.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So I guess I have to drive. Can I take 20 for this piloting check?
No.
It'll only be a 26. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right. Let's see if I can break the tin can. No, 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 no. Oh, that's not bad. Did I lose you guys again? Oh, I hear
Nope,
background.
nope.
Ooh, while we're there, we should see what if there's any wild things that we can harvest. Like maybe they have wild hyperleaf on this forest planet. Or something similarly low level. We harvest 10% of the planet's UPBs and we leave. I know. We're not that level. So, it's going to be a little while. Maybe we should do a downtime activity. Does anybody want to play cannonballs and, what was it?
Black holes.
Black holes?
I don't remember how to play, but yeah, let's go.
So, all right. So, we play a 3-hand of cannonballs and black holes. And we, while we're doing that, we can do the whole discussion downtime thing, so we'll have a better idea of how we're going to try and take down fucking wild animals. And/or, haha.
What downtime activity are you trying to do?
I forget. Give me.
Oh, if you're doing a leisure activity, like if you're just playing cards and stuff, playing games and stuff, that's carouse. If you are, there's practice teamwork and combat maneuvers. Simple.
Would plan route be that to plan what we're gonna do down there
Drill.
type thing?
Yeah, there's lounge. There's maintain readiness. There's drill. That all sort of make a certain amount of sense.
Coordinate. Hang on. Holy crap. Just like that, there's 40 things open again. Okay, so I would say we either want to lounge or coordinate. Or drill, honestly. I mean, I don't know exactly what we're going to have to do on here, but I assume that we're going to have to make some rolls. So take 10 on tasks.
Plan route because it's like across planet. Research variable routes whether across a planet.
Well, it sounds like when you guys get down there, one of the things you're going to be doing is effectively gather supplies, which is going to be basically the rules for live off the land on survival. So let's take a look at that. Because we've never actually lived off the land before.
No.
Yeah, last time I did that, we fell in the river. No.
Let's see. Where is it? Survival. Survival.
Okay.
Survival with our follow tracks handle. Live off of the land. You can use survival. Does anybody have survival?
Yes.
Yes.
To keep
No.
yourself and others fed in the wild by hunting and foraging, enabling you to move up to half your overland speed without needing to food or water or supplies. Typically, one check determines the success of your efforts for a single day. You can provide food and water for one other character for every 2 points by which the result of your check exceeds 10. So whoever's making that survival check needs to make that survival check.
Can we help? Because it's much more likely I can help than I. Oh, wait, no. I don't have any ranks in survival. Shut up, Chris. So it's up to you, sir.
Says survival guy.
So that's 4 above 10.
Okay, so you are able, for the first day, you're able to provide food and water for 2 other people besides yourself for a day.
Yay, we can survive for a day now.
So,
All right. While all of that is going on for the day, Ha is going out and doing surveillance within the 2,500 feet that I stay. So if I move after the surveillance comes back, then we go out a little further and he does a circle there. And basically we do a circle of circles around the first circle where we're actually like landed at.
all right.
That way, if there is anything big. But yeah, once I do a few circles to like kind of map out the like general area, we'll say for like 2,500 feet. So 2,500-foot circle. So I might go out as far as that edge once and walk around it so that we get another 2,500 feet from there for basics. Like, like, oh, there's a waterfall over here. And within 5,000 feet, we have this weird hill and there's a cave, that sort of thing. But never more than 5,000 feet for Ha. Or I never go more than 2,500 feet out, and he never goes more than 5,000 feet out because he's already done the first 2,500.
So let me look at something here. That's in, I think that's in 1. Yep, that'll work. All right. So that's 2.
Ooh.
All right. So, well, where are you at? Come on.
Kurad. We could go fishing.
We could do that.
Why? There it is. All right. Do. So give me a perception check for Ha.
One moment while I switch to Ha.
Switch it. Switch it. I don't know.
All right, Ha. Do me proud. That's not bad.
Let me see something here. There's okay. Is it 19? Okay, let me see something here. Seeds. Okay. Okay. All right. So in that case, place yourselves on the board and roll initiatives.
Well, you're gonna have to give me a sec. I never give myself a picture.
Drag. Drop.
There it is.
Okay, why did it not go on the sheet?
You have to click on the thingy here.
Yeah, I've clicked on my token.
Oh, okay.
It didn't go to the sheet.
Let's see. Oh, that's where I was looking for. Hey, Kib.
Go on the same time as that one. Got it. There it goes. That worked.
That did work.
I'm working on
But
it.
that was not my original roll, so I should probably put it to my original roll.
11.101. Oh, blah. What's with the 0.01?
It always does that.
It's tiebreaker, basically.
Oh,
Yeah, it's your dex bonus, right?
Yeah, something like that.
that makes sense.
It's basically your tiebreaker in these kinds of cases.
Did I not land?
Hmm?
No. All right, hang on. Well, I did the thing, and it said I was there, but I'm not there. Hang on, I have no idea. When in doubt with Roll20, we reload.
Exactly.
Try that.
And you
Aha!
like, Here.
Holy crap. Ha! The curse of Zai continues. I mean, I did better than, Kib, but just barely. Okay.
Yes, I will.
This nut.
Uh, 3 point. Alrighty. We got y'all up there? Good. All right.
I'm standing all the way over here by myself, apparently.
Will sees something moving through the underbrush. Change the dimension zone. Let's go. It needs to be. Because he has a large animal there. There. All right. And he is. It seems to have seen you guys, and it is going to charge at you. Let's see. Actually, before I decide who it's charging at, let's do it. Let's do this randomly.
1, 2, 3.
Alright. So 1, it's Philip. 2, it's Kurad, and 3, it's Kib. All right.
I didn't see what it was.
A
Was it
1.
me?
A 1. So it is going to charge right at you, and I put that book down. There it is. And find that, get that damn thing again. Because I can't. There we are. It is going to attack you with its tentacle. So all right. So
Now?
it will get. All right. Philip, I'm going to guess a 23 hits.
Oh no, that absolutely missed. Yes, sir. We're third level. And it doesn't matter for what. It hits my KAC, my EAC.
All right. You take 12 points of damage as this creature that looks like it's all plant with nothing but vines for a head, vine-looking things for a head that you can see, comes charging at you and slaps one of its vine-like tentacles at you, smacks you right across the chest. And I also, let's see something. Nope. I don't need that right now. Whatever.
Who's the purple thing? Random purple.
Oh, that thing down below? That's
Yeah.
me.
Huh. Yeah. So that will be its that'll be its action for this round. So Philip, you get smacked and you're the next one to get to react. So, and you get to react before anyone else. And if anyone would like to make any kind of checks to see if they can figure out what this thing is, this would be a good time.
It's life science, right? I actually have life science. But I don't know a damn thing about this alien creature that's attacking me.
Neither do I.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Lord.
We're all like,
Yeah. Kurad, it's on the tip of your tongue, but you cannot think of exactly it.
That's a miss.
Well, you're probably right, but I want to double check it. So, yep, that is a miss. Kib, you're up next.
Well, I'm gonna shoot with this energy ray spell.
Okay.
Fire. I think this works.
Energy ray. The range attack, that is enough to hit. Yes, spell acid.
Does 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Of fire damage.
1 point of fire damage. Alright.
I figured it's a plant. Light it on fire.
Yeah, it just kind of. It just kind of. Yeah, it just kind of. It seems to ignore this for the most part. Do you have a move or anything you're gonna do? Take?
No, well, I think I'm pretty good this far away.
All
Well,
right.
maybe I can move in 10 feet. Take a 10-foot step. That's it.
So the Kazarek is. It's going to do something else here. It's going to. Ooh. Yeah, that's what it'll do. Slash R 1D 20 plus 9. It turns around and spits a dart at you, Kib.
Ouch.
That will do. Oops. And oh, come on. What do you mean unrecognized? Did I just not? There it is. 9 points of damage, and I need a fortitude save with a DC of 13.
Well, I failed that one.
Wow.
Got a bunch of ones.
we are rolling great today.
Oh my man, that's the third one in a row.
All right, so I need to make a note here.
Oh my, look at this.
No, we're not there.
All right.
Hey,
yeah. So
I
you
did so good.
and now it moves back from off of the two. It moves back up to Kurad.
Yes.
And Kurad.
Well, I'm going to move 10 feet. Put me there. My great little cone template. And the lower part of his helmet opens up and you see his mouth and he just spits at it.
All right.
DC 11 reflex.
DC 11 reflex. Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. Learn not to get on his bad side. He spits.
Wow.
Oh.
I hate you. So half damage.
All right. So that's all right. Yeah. It does not look pleased. Philip,
No, I didn't think it would.
Philip, you and your drone. You and Ha.
I miss. Then go back up to the top so I can become Ha. Ha. Kick this thing's ass. Ha does not, but I'd like to mention that Ha technically rolled a 69.
It's terrible.
All right, but yeah, neither Ha or I can hit this thing. It's horrible.
All
You
right.
may have to switch weapons.
Kib.
Um. Let's do it again. Energy ray again. Maybe this will do more damage to it. Keep burning it. You do acid, I'll do fire. Something should destroy it.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't seem terribly overly bothered. Let's see. Anything else? You can move, action.
Everything else. We'll move another 10 feet. Maybe 15. Let's move 15. We feel lucky today.
All right.
Another.
The Kasaric or the thing here is going to. Oh yeah, sorry, it should be. All right. It will. It's gonna spit acid at you, Curad. Does 16 hit your EAC?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. All right. You take 8 points of damage. And it's not going to move. So that brings it back up to you.
Okay. So I'm going to spend a resolve point to actually use that immediately again, that same attack.
Okay. And he's got to make a,
DC 11.
yep. All right. Jesus. But that's still
Still takes half.
7. So that's, all right. All right. Philip.
I'm gonna try one more time with. Oh, look, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Shame on me. Let's see if Bang Bang Boom can do it this time. Come on, Bang Bang Boom. We need a natural 20. No, 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 no. That is not a natural 20, but does a 14 hit?
Are you using a ranged weapon?
I'm using a small arms.
That is a ranged weapon.
Do I need to back up? Is that what you're telling me?
I will give you the opportunity to take a 5-foot step and fire that because I'm being nice.
Well, I do that.
All right.
But did a 14 hit anyway?
No, it did not.
All right. Now, back to my friend known as Ha. Ha. Ha cannot hit anything. It's okay, Ha. It's okay.
All right.
Is Haw the new bucket?
Kib.
I was thinking that just then as well.
Kib, you're up.
Yeah, let's shoot it with a pistol and see what that does.
Alrighty.
Submit. Nope.
Oh, all right.
I rolled a 5.
All right. Its move. It is going to. I think this time it's going to charge Kurod.
That makes sense.
It's done the most damage to it. Nobody else can hit it.
And it's going to smack you with a tentacle. So.
That's KAC, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't hit at all.
It what? Yeah, right?
Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
There we go. 15 points. It clubbers you right on the shoulder with its vine-like tentacles. But
Oh, that knocked me into hit points.
But on the plus side, that does bring it back to the top of the round.
Yay. Go acid breather.
Like there's small rocks like baseball size or that lying around on the ground at places. Branches, anything.
I mean, probably.
Okay, good. So something that's like within 25 feet of it.
Sure.
We're going to do this.
Yeah,
And I can hit Jack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fling a rock at it and it goes flying past. And
Whoa.
that's a spell.
Yeah, that's a cantrip.
Uh,
Well, 0 level spell, cantrip, whatever you want to call it.
all right. We'll take its attack of opportunity. Yep.
Yeah.
$11 points. As it you go to cast your spell, and the rock goes flying by you, and it smacks you as you're waving your arms around. It's like it hits you in the thigh. And it's Philip's turn.
Oh, is it? All right. So I drop my bang bang boom and I whip out this. But it doesn't hit anything because I suck.
Kim.
And now, wait.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You had something else?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause you have your drone. That's right.
Right.
You have Ha.
But they're on the same character sheet, so I have to keep bouncing back and forth.
I got you.
Ha, prove all these guys wrong and roll us a 20. Come on, Ha. We need it.
No, he's
He
proving
got
you
half of it
wrong.
right. He got the 2.
Kib,
Okay.
you're up.
Well, let's just shoot it again. Maybe this one will actually hit. Right? Positive vibes, pull the trigger. Aim, pull the trigger. And
That hits.
positive vibes. I did it with 3 points though.
But it's 3 points of sonic damage.
Yes.
All right.
Good job. You're proving yourself to be better than everyone.
I think it
Yay!
turns. I think it's going to.
Oh, finish me off.
No, it's. I was gonna say, because he did get hit from behind, and he's gonna. He'll turn around to spit acid at Kib, but that will open him up for an attack of opportunity from Philip and
Damn it, fella.
Correct.
and Kurod. Let's see. So let's get its attack out of the way here.
Okay, that's how you want to do it.
Roll back.
Kib.
Dang it. Yes.
Damn.
I'm
Ow.
trying to do negative vibes.
Let's see if we can both do max damage.
Ouch.
12. Yep.
Ow.
I
Spit
missed.
some.
Does it still shoot those little things?
Well, neither of those. All right. But it is back up to Kurod's turn.
Throw a rock at it. No.
How many ones can this group roll in a session?
Oh,
I'm telling you. Whoa.
72.
I'm flailing my arms in the air.
Something.
Oops.
Forgot your slash.
Yep.
Now we know how fucked we are. That's cool.
Yeah.
Especially we keeps rolling high.
I know. It's
And we roll
unlike
low.
me. It is
Whatever.
unlike me to roll this high this much. It's
You were
probably
like,
because
"I
I'm not
hate
playing
this
a
version.
character.
We're not going to do it. I'm going to kill you all tonight. Free will station is over.
Right.
Either that or we come back as some kobolds.
Hey, there you go. The kobolds take over.
Uh,
I get to be the captain, dude.
Actually, you would fit the personality perfectly.
yeah, we would have to fight you for superiority. I'm not
Okay,
ready to do
Jess.
that.
12.
What's death considered at?
-10.
Let's see. Well, that's how D&D generally rules it.
Am I missing?
Yeah, Starfinder is a little different.
So let's put in archetype. Let's see. There's death and dying. Let's see what the glossary. The one thing about Starfinder that I have never particularly that I do find somewhat lacking is that their indexes are usually seem less helpful than other games. Let's see. Sometimes.
I find if you're trying to do something quick, the Archives of Niasis works really well for that.
Let's see. Let's see. 249. Taking damage, dying. If your hit points reach 0, you are dying. You fall unconscious and can take no actions. While dying, you lose 1 resolve point each round at the end of your turn. If your hit points reach 0 during your attack of opportunity, if your hit points reach 0 during your turn, such as from an attack of opportunity, which this was, you provoked, you do not lose a resolve point until the end of your next turn. This
Okay.
continues until you die or stabilize. Stabilizing, using resolve points. If you're dying and you have enough resolve points, to stabilize. If you're stable, you can use resolve points to regain consciousness. Stabilize. If you are dying and you have enough resolve points, you can spend another number of resolve points equal to 1/4 of your maximum, minimum of 1, maximum of 3, on your turn to immediately stabilize. This means you're no longer dying, but you remain unconscious and at 0 hit points. If you don't have enough resolve points remaining, you cannot use this option and continue to lose resolve points at a normal per the dying rules. Stay in the fight if you are stable and have enough resolve points, or if you are knocked unconscious from non-lethal damage, you can spend 1 resolve point at the beginning of your turn to regain 1 hit point. You are no longer dying and immediately become conscious and can take the rest of your turn as normal. So you will likely on your turn have to spend a resolve point to stabilize so you're not dying. Because 1/4 your maximum is probably not higher than 1, correct?
Yeah.
So,
Well, 1.25. So is it round up or down?
I'd say round down.
Okay.
But you are on the ground unconscious. Let's see. Philip, you just saw Kirad go down.
Well, it's at this point that I would normally run, but they fell down. I have almost no chance of hitting it, but let's see if we can do it together. Karad, no!
Hey.
Oh, look.
And
That
that's. Hold on. I lost the book here. I
So
grabbed the wrong book.
at the end of my turn, I lost a resolve point, right?
No, it'll be the next of your
Next turn. Okay.
your next turn. So, which means you could spend a resolve point before you lose a resolve point.
Oh shit, we both hit.
KAC. The hand cannon is a piercing. That's KAC. Not quite enough, but the bone pistol does hit.
Well, that's 6 points of cold damage.
All right. Alrighty. Excellent. Kib.
For the quiet dude, shoot him again.
All right. 13. That's a sonic pistol. Nope. Still not quite enough to hit. All right. Now I need to figure out here. It is at. Oops.
The plant thing.
I want to look at what it's. Yeah, this thing's about 12 feet long.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bigger than me.
Okay. Let's see.
A chair's bigger than you.
Oh, right. See, I don't need that big of a room. They didn't mind giving me a little room. If we'll ever see that space station again. Why am I talking to a dead person? It's weird.
Oh, don't worry. I did it all the time when I used to work.
Let's see. I think what happens is, I think what we're looking at here is, let's see, you did that, you did that. I think with
Kidder's right in front of
the
him.
well, I think here's the deal. I think it's probably going to try to cut and run. If you guys want to take attacks of opportunities, you can, but
Yeah.
you did get it to, you did hurt it enough to scare it off. So,
I'm gonna shoot it
Pause.
again. It runs away.
All right. And Philip misses, and ooh,
Oh,
god damn! Ha finally comes through in a pinch,
yeah.
guys. Let's see. It doesn't kill it, but man, it does do some damage. Let's see.
17 plus 7.
That's,
Wait, did mine hit?
yours did actually. With yours, it actually does drop it.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I think like after Ha shot it like the last time, it was already thinking time to go because you guys had gotten it to about 50% of its hit points, or a little less than 50% of its max. And then, like, when when it was running away, you managed to hit it hard enough to like do a ton of damage, and Kib managed to finish it off. Like it.
All right. As soon as I see a fall, I'm gonna run over to brain fart. Cruad and do medicine on him.
All right, you want to do first aid there?
Yeah.
All right.
you're actually trained in medicine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
You are.
No.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on, let me look at this because I don't know if stabilizing somebody actually takes a roll.
Oh.
Medicine. Is that better than stabilization?
Well, medicine. If you guys like, if stabilizing is a not just he stabilized on here, he was going to be able to stabilize on his own, but first aid should be able to stabilize somebody. Let me look at the.
Yeah.
Stabilize a dying creature.
I just don't know if he has to make
Oh,
a
no.
saving throw.
DC 15.
Right, yeah. DC 15.
Yeah.
Oh, well then,
Keep him from losing resolve points.
yeah, so you are no longer dying. You are out cold, but you are no longer dying.
When you wake up, I tell you that Kib tried to kill you.
No, I just took this piece of leaf and put it over the wound because that would stop it from spewing out whatever.
Right.
From the
but
tentacle.
You chose a random leaf from this planet that he was
Yeah.
allergic to.
Oh.
So I'm at 1 or 0 hit points.
You're at 0. You're unconscious at the moment. Unless they give you like a healing spell or a healing serum, you're well, you can spend a resolve point to become conscious, I suppose, because you stay in the fight essentially. If that's a thing you so choose to do.
I was going to say, we're not the kind of people that fix you with healing potions, or sorry, serums of healing at the moment.
Yeah, I know. You guys, yeah. I will spend a resolve to stay in the fight.
All right, so you're at 1 hit point and you're conscious now.
Do you want to keep the leaf? I tried it with the leaf. Leaf didn't work.
As you can tell, just looking at that leaf, it's poisonous. Um,
Can I actually roll to see if I know if it is poisonous?
Physical.
Yeah, you could.
That's what a life science.
Yeah. It wasn't it wasn't poisonous, but it would have probably acted like an irritant. I mean, it wasn't lethal poisonous, but probably irritant to the skin, something like that.
He found
Um,
poison ivy.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's on my hands too? I tried to help you
Yeah,
with it.
a little itchy. However, you do now have a large-sized creature that is dead,
yes, but it
and
is
you
made out of meat or vegetables.
it is made out of vegetables. It is made out of plant. So,
We could have a salad.
I mean,
No?
Actually, doctor, let's test and see exactly if it is edible.
I don't know, does it say if Kasariks are edible or not? Let's take a look here. I don't think it is
I
necessarily.
think it is listed. That's why it's your job to decide. Because otherwise, we put it on the ship and we take it back and throw it in the corpse recycler.
However,
Okay, who's actually taking damage?
You?
You.
And a little bit of me, but mine's just the SP.
Which is why he asked who actually took damage.
Oh, right.
Which basically means
Yeah.
hit points.
Oh, I got confused. See, there's all these numbers in my head, and I get confused. But I feel pretty good. I'm good. I'm good. You were the one that took everything.
send
You just
Paul
tried to
back
breathe
up
acid
to
on things.
Actual surveillance for the moment. Just about 30 feet.
I mean,
And then while
You
he's
spit on
doing that, if we can, let's take our 10-minute rest. And I'm spinning a point right now.
10-minute red. We're gonna do just red. All right, cool.
You know, get back our stamina. Have that moment. Then we
you
can work on band-aids.
you can hold on a second here. Look at something 3. Let's see, because there is something you can do here with the dead Kasarik. I just want to make sure of where I'm at.
So
You're
you're
trying to tell me we can roll it up and smoke it?
8.
No, you cannot do that.
Okay. I'm gonna say, how very druid.
You can garner enough materials to make. Nope. When you could garner enough materials that when you get high enough level to actually make such a thing, you could make 3 MK1 adaptive serums, but you got to be level 4 but when you get to you'll have to keep them on ice until you're level 4.
Do we have a place to store them until we get like
Yes.
more
Yes,
knowledgeable on
we have a
how to
mortuarium.
utilize it best?
Well, I'm assuming you have a life science I know you have a life science station on your shuttle. I'm assuming you have something that you can put the samples in to
All right,
store for
so-
later. But you'll have to refrigerate them quickly when you get to the
I no longer
or
do.
store them quickly when you get it up to the station.
Okay, so it's dead matter, right?
Yeah,
So that means we can store it in the mortuarium.
right.
Right.
Oh,
But
That's up into the spots.
yeah, you can
Okay.
either drag the whole body up there and process it up there and
All
get
right.
the 3 doses, or you can process it down here and not drag the rest of the body up there.
But it's a large-sized creature. After we process it, does it become a medium-sized creature?
It's still not made of meat, so you still can't make necrographs out of it.
Damn it, we can't make vegan necrographs.
Ooh.
Fine. I don't know.
That just sounds so unappetizing.
Can we make some snare traps and attempt to use some of this as bait for something else?
You're not even sure what this is or what might eat it, if anything.
Well, then, I don't know. It's almost worth dragging it onto the shuttle at the very least, because if anything else comes, I want the ability to just fly away.
Right. That thing's like 3 times bigger than me, but I'll help try drag it as much as I can.
3.5.
We're
Cool.
not getting down
How
to
strong are
technical.
you out of character?
I have a 9 strength.
Oh, look at you.
I have a 10 strength.
I also have a 10 strength. We may have to do it right here.
With our
Let me
combined strength, we shall move it.
No, by our combined strengths, it's not going to. Well, no. I mean, I guess 10 is still technically average human. Or
Yeah.
average regular. So, maybe. Remind me to make a pulley system.
Right. Actually,
I have the knowledge to make
we hook
basic
it
pulleys.
there, and then put that there. We could actually make a really cool pulley thing coming off of there to go up on. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I see where you're going. It's really
But for
cool.
now,
Right
I guess if we can't move it, what do you want us to do, Jester? Are we making a strength check? Are we?
That depends. Are you trying to move it? Are you trying to extract the stuff here and get on with it, or what do you? If you're trying
Try
to
to
move,
move it first. Let's try to move it first, and then if we can't
Mm,
move it,
mm,
then we'll do the extraction down here.
I'm gonna set, because this is actually a pretty big beast. I'm gonna set the DC to.
So how do we do the group strength thing?
Well, we're gonna do this as an athletics check, but it's going to be. I think the DC is going to be. It's a pretty big deal. I think the DC check is gonna not acrobatics,
Oh, good.
athletics. Like how does flipping and doing tumbles help you drag something heavy across the ground?
All right,
Um,
we're all gonna
so-
roll athletics.
So athletics, all right. But here's the thing: one of you is going to be the primary role, the other two are going to be a help, and the DC is going to be kind of high. So,
I went first, so I must be helping.
all right,
I'm gonna help.
you're of no help.
-1.
So, Kirad, you get a +2 from help from Philip. After Philip attempts to do a backflip, that is
Yeah,
not
we
good
can do
enough.
it right here.
Like, okay, we're not strong enough to do this. I tried.
Yeah, it's
This
a
thing's
big heavy. Yeah, it's a big heavy beast.
All right,
So,
Brian, that's another 2 1s.
are we counting how many we're up to? Like 12 or 13 already?
Yes.
Hey,
That was
you got the
exactly what it
120 when
was.
you needed it.
Right?
Well, you didn't even terribly need it at that point. It was running away, but it was nice and fancy and good.
All right. So, what do we do for extraction of whatever specimen pieces we need out of it?
Well, I'm gonna guess you have some stuff for collecting samples in your science lab on your shuttle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, we just got the empty one. We didn't get the one that comes fully stocked.
right. You already got a non-fully stocked station.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
We have squeezed venom out of it into a little glass vial. Put the stopper on it. Like, all right, I got some.
Yeah. So
No, we need to get it all, otherwise we won't get 3.
yeah,
Oh, you wanted 3?
yeah.
Oh crap!
You can get a maximum of 3 vials out of it.
I got 3 vials or 1 big glass thing. That's it. The glass thing doesn't have a lid though. I want 3 little vials because then that's at least their stock so that they don't spill over. If you just
Well,
get a little glass
have,
cup thing, it could spill over. So
The
that's my
sample
logic.
cap, it
have,
has a
I was gonna say,
grab them.
haven't you heard of stoppers?
Yeah,
I
there's
couldn't
no
find the
such thing as
stopper
open.
for the big one.
I go in and I'm like, it's right here.
Oh. All right.
Uh,
So
I'll pour those 3.
let's make it fun. Oh, yep, it's right there.
all right.
Okay, so Kurrod, are you ready to go home? And we can try this again tomorrow after you've had a night to sleep in a safe ship that's made out of tin.
You want me to come back tomorrow?
We're gonna have to come back tomorrow. You only managed to get enough food for 2 people. We either need to rob someone or
Your bigger concern right now is like medical supplies. Like you've got food for a little while. You will eventually have to figure out a stable
This
means of
is
getting
party.
food, but
See, we had to throw a party and there's no party food. That's what we're trying to do. You got quiet.
Well, we got salad.
And,
We can cut this thing up.
No.
We got salad for the party
It
food.
has already been determined through life science that we cannot eat this thing. All we could do was pull samples from it for later.
What about the leaf I got her? Oh, wait, you said that thing was a bad leaf. Never mind.
All right, you should use it to wipe your butt.
I guess
said
we
it was
gotta
a bad-
come back tomorrow.
all
Maybe
right.
we'll be a little bit better prepared for it then. Either way, I don't want to deal with that thing again. Not that it's going to technically come back to life, but still.
You could have brothers or siblings or a sister or a mom or a dad or a grandpa or a cousin. We could have an extended family down here. And we just took out the primary breadwinner that was doing it was a scout. Yeah.
So
It's all family.
rather than fly back all the way, since we have quarters and stuff on this little ship, let's use the rest of today to scan this place and see what we can gather from that.
Okay. Scanning area.
All right. Well, you're not picking up any. You're not really picking up any anything in particular other than local like flora and fauna for the time being. So you're like there is, of
Wait,
course,
I take it back. We're not scanning.
you're not scanning.
No, it does not look like it. Let me make sure.
Well,
Oh, budget. Okay. So yes, we are scanning. I was just making sure. For the briefest moment, I forgot where that spot was.
yeah, all you're picking up is local flora and fauna at this point.
Yeah. Well, is there anything large enough that we should be worried?
There are several things that are large enough you should be worried.
Well, then we fire missiles at them and go pick up pieces. I realized that we only have like a 1 in 10 chance of hitting them, so that was why I was asking if they were big enough.
No.
But anyway,
You managed to destroy some forest and scare some local wildlife into running, cause a forest fire, but that's about it.
good.
Burn.
Now we have made the elves angry. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they're elves. But anyway, so we go into orbit, we spend the night, and in the morning I'm like, So, do we really want to do this, or do we just want to throw a kind of crap party?
What can we give them? We have pretty well crap.
Yes, we have the one food simulator, and other than that, it's basically a plethora of. Ooh, why
Let's
don't
try
we?
one more time. If it doesn't work, then we resort to crap.
All right. Give me your survival check.
So wait, because we did do some surveying yesterday, maybe like a fishing spot.
World mapping.
You know, like an alcove that we could like park the shuttle at one end and then. fish
Sure.
the eggs
Give
and
me
stuff
a
at
give me a
the end.
survival check.
There's a survival check for you.
Awesome. That's a lot more. So that's you managed to get a little bit more food here.
So
Let's
2 points for every 2 point, or a point for every 2 points. Anyway, it's every 2
One
points after 10.
every 2 points is an extra person. So after 10, so that's 9 extra people. 9 extra people's worth of food you're able to gather up.
Mm.
A small game and edible foliage, fruits and vegetables and nuts and things.
Mm.
We got fish. Anybody know how to prepare fish?
Yeah, the cook knows how to prepare fish.
Yeah.
Oh, good. One time I tried it raw. It wasn't very good.
All right. I'm gonna let you guys discuss what your next move is real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Kind of cooked
Alright.
fish. Give us a cooked fish is better. I don't really like it raw. I think it's kind of funky. Anyways,
If you go to a restaurant that serves it properly raw, it's quite exquisite. But if you just ate a random raw fish, yes, I'm sure it was very raw and fishy.
yeah.
Kurad, do you have any ideas?
So we have balloons. We have entertainment. I can be the entertainment for this party. I mean,
Yes, that was
I
the
have
plan.
stories.
I have an idea, but it'd probably get me killed.
Are we throwing in the corpse refiler?
No, going back home. But like I said, I'll probably get killed.
Oh, you want to like return to the core to buy stuff?
Just return to the core.
You
I
know
thought
that
that Starship was your home. Wait, I'm the only one without a home but the space station? You guys got other homes? Yeah, you're special.
that grandfather will have us killed if we get caught.
Oh, my own people will
For a
have me
while.
killed if they find out I'm back.
Mm. Yes, I mean we could pretend for a while and hope we don't get caught.
No, we'll just keep doing what we're doing here.
Mm.
One day we might actually have something.
Well, once we get something, then it will be time to return.
Yeah, but
But
once we have something here, do we really want to go back there?
it depends. Maybe we can sell it to some fool.
Hmm.
Like, oh, it was a
The
started
minute
upper-
you say some fool, I look at Kib.
What? What'd I miss? I'm sorry. What?
Sorry about that.
funny than both of us.
Oh,
Hello. So while you were gone, we discussed returning home to be killed, and then we decided against it. So
Ah, I see. All right.
well, I mean, this one did have a near-death experience. It makes sense.
true.
I could
Ah,
die here, or I could die at home and be buried where I belong.
Yeah,
Were you-
thank
Hey.
God I only had to spend one resolve point because I only had 2 left.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So-
was getting a little close to hurting.
So the party's tomorrow, right?
Yes, AFK.
Yep.
So we could throw a really cool party. That means more people are going to start coming tomorrow morning. It could be the greeting party, and then the entertainment, and then you guys can serve the fish and the nuts and berries and stuff you found. That'd be really cool. See, we got an effective party. This will work. This will work. This will be awesome. We got this. It'll be awesome. It'll be a good party. Let's go back, set up the party area, and then we'll just mingle and get to know people, and then people have food, and I'll entertain them with my random stories if they're true or not. Hey, nobody will know. I'll just make things up as we go. It's the fun part.
I wonder what
Thank
the
you, man.
isekai tastes like.
I don't know. Never had them before.
Ratatouille.
Yes, a ratatouille.
Wait, that's me. Why would I eat
See.
myself?
It actually took a
Cannibalism.
second to clue in.
So you guys are heading back to the station then?
Yeah.
Station. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, with this
Ah.
wonderful
Back to the
bounty of
ship.
some food.
Of some food. Awesome. Well, I think we should go ahead and start getting sign-offs in order here and what have you.
There's an order?
And let's see. There we go. Oh, ping the appropriate ping. So why don't we start with and send me your Player's Choice Awards, and why don't we start with Curad?
Carotid artery.
It is a carotid artery after what happened to him. Hello, everybody. My name's Brian. I'm playing karate today. I nearly died. Jessa knocked me down into minus 11 hit points.
Whoa.
That hurt. Thank God everything's based around resolve points. So, even then, I was close. But this is turning out to be interesting. Yeah, we're going to have a party with just some fish, nuts, berries, maybe a few little roots we found, and whatever I can whip up from the replicators. Woohoo! Besides that, on Saturdays you can find me running the Lands of Iberia. We did not run this week. Some family issues came up, had to take care of, but we will be back Saturday, and we'll see if everybody decides they want to go back into the crypt or not. And that's it for me.
Alrighty. Kib, you want to go next? Scott?
All right, I'm Scott. I play Kib. Ed. I don't know. This is a fun little character to play. He just kind of says whatever pops into his head. It's not very bright, but that's okay. It's fun. We're gonna have a party, and it's gonna be really awesome. And I'm gonna make up a bunch of random stories that may be true, may not be true. Nobody will know. So who cares? It'll be fun. What else am I in? I have way too much energy for 11 o'clock at night, but okay. What else am I in? I'm in Lands of Iberia as well. I went into the crypt last time. I don't know what everybody's complaining about it being so bad down there. It wasn't that bad. We can go back down. We just didn't have a frontline person. That's what we needed. But yay!
Get
That
that.
was fun. And that's all I'm in, I think, at the moment. Yes. Yes. That's it.
Alright. Then, Chris, you're up.
Hello. Tonight I played David the Gnome. Who played? Let's try that again. Hello. Tonight I was David the Gnome, and I played Philip Defoe. And we got our asses handed to us. If it wasn't for the lucky 20 by my trusty drone, we'd have less things to store in the mortuary. And our companion would have still almost died. So a little more carefulness next time. But at least we got some stuff done, and know that there were certain people involved with this that were happy about that. So, that said, I'm done.
All right. Let's get the bookkeeping out of the way. Everybody gets 535 experience points. Player's Choice Award by a unanimous. Curad, you get an extra 50. And as far as Filthy Lucre goes, you get to level. You can save that material until you get to level 4, and then make yourself 3 MK1 adaptive serums, or you can sell the raw materials to somebody else who knows how for around 1,400 credits. So that's however you guys want to do that. Also, I would like to note that next week we will be taking a week break. My daughter will be in town for her spring break, so I'll be spending time taking care of a little one. But we will be back the week after that, and where we'll get to meet quite a few more people that exist within the confines of this frontier. Not the majority by any measure, but a few more people. So, with that said, I think I think that's about all we got for tonight. So let's give a tin can in space and get out of here. Tin can in space.
Go.